Morning guys, welcome back. So we partied hard last weekend and had a really fun birthday party for our Tennessee. She's won. Officially all the festivities are over. Now what?
It's all downhill.
This is lively. Watch it. We might get so excited.
Got a shirt.
I like your shirt. Should take your picture and add it to our Facebook page.
Okay.
Oh, you smell good too.
Do I?
He was just under the crawl space.
I was underneath the house, you know, nothing else to do on a Saturday, so I thought I'd crawl around underneath the house.
Anyway, how are you guys? How was your week? What's new? Any victory stories you want to share? That's what we always ask our FPU class. Share some victory stories. Share some happy that's going on in your life, guys. We love to hear that.
Happy, happy, happy.
So, okay, let's get started. We've got fantastic questions as usual. If we don't get to your question, please leave a comment down below and ask again, because there are so many wonderful questions. Just 30 minutes is not enough time to be able to get to all of them. So another thing, hit that share button on this video and share it with your friends and Facebook page, because you don't know, someone out there may need to hear the advice that we're giving. So not only does it benefit you, but it might be that that nudge that someone else needs. So thank you guys. Thank you. Okay. So first one, I hope to start FPU here in the next few months, but I'm already paying off some of our bills. Paid off the car this month.
Nice.
Yes. We still have living okay, but every cent is being put to bills.
Sweet.
My brother-in-law is mad at my hubby for not driving 30 minutes, 1 hour round trip to his house to visit every weekend. My hubby told him we don't have the extra cash to spend on gas, but he and his family are welcome anytime. Did you ever have family members who didn't understand what you were trying to do, and how did you deal with that? Okay, you got to understand on this plan, you're not about pleasing other people. Like, we love our family dearly, but if we keep pleasing them in the ways that they're used to being pleased, it's not going to send our kids to college. It's not going to better our future. It's not going to secure an early retirement. There's a balance that you have to strike, and this is not the most popular choice for a lot of people. And I'm talking mainly to our friends. I guess we lost a lot of friends on this plan. Our family's kind of there no matter what. But you're not doing it to impress people anymore. You're doing it for you, and you've got to remember that, because you're going to be at this for probably a long time.
But it's a small sacrifice for a long time.
Long-term gain.
Long-term gain.
And it's totally worth it. And your family will come around. My poor family is used to these fantastic moments of enlightenment that I get. That I've been a dreamer my whole life. So my poor family has just put up with all these outrageous dreams. Why are you laughing? So they probably thought, when I'm like, we're going to get out of debt, we're going to do this, there's another dream. There's another thing that we'll just love her through it, but it might not work out. So I think that we shocked them, that this time it actually did work out.
Stuck to it.
So keep on keeping on. Good job. I just heard you guys saying that 10 times your income is a good amount to have for life insurance, because at 8 to 10% per year, you'll never touch the principal. Correct. This is mostly correct in theory. However, the stock market has been rocky lately, and that may be a high interest rate to make. However, this means that every year your money is worth less, because it does not take inflation into consideration. A better amount to aim towards is a 3 to 4% withdrawal rate. That way there's room for inflation. Okay, we're going to clear this up, because I don't know if we're thinking on the same page. Like, we get the same concept, but what I understood this is that you want to stay below inflation. Is what, 8 to 10% a year?
No, 8 to 10% is your gain. Inflation's about 6 to 6.5% a year. Okay. So your money needs to be making more than inflation to come out ahead.
So that's why
I think he has it backwards.
Or her, with your 3 to 4%, because if inflation is 6 to 7%, then 3 to 4%.
Well, wait, I guess that'd be right. 3 to 4% withdrawal rate. So you're 3 to 4%. Off your 10%, 3 to 4% would be 6 to 7 as your inflation, I guess, is maybe that's the way they're thinking.
Okay. Well, so still, probably right. So you would get it'd be like 11 to 14% then is what you want to aim for, to compensate for inflation as well as your current living status.
On the other side of that, you know, we said 8 to 10% because that's more realistic, but
well, it's very low on the low end.
It's low, but there higher accounts are out there. I mean, I've got 2 accounts that got 14+% return last year,
and
so they're out there.
High as 18%.
Yeah.
So 8 to 10% is very modest.
They're out there. You just need to find them.
Yeah.
Shop around.
Yeah, but you're right. You've got to, and that's why we say that the bonds and gold isn't really a great investment because it doesn't keep up with inflation.
It's usually they gain less than what inflation is. So.
Yeah, like milk isn't always, you know, I remember when milk was $1 a gallon. Now it's $4.50. So you got to compensate for things like that. Every so often when someone calls into Dave Ramsey, they say what their debt is and what their income is. And Dave responds with how quickly they should be debt free. Do you know how he determines this time frame? For example, if I had an income of $30,000 and a debt of $21,000, how quickly should I be out of debt? The income and debt are not actual numbers, but the ratio is correct. I think he takes your take home, your net minus outgo equals whatever.
But that's just part of it. The other part of it is how bad you want it.
Yeah, it's different for everybody.
Because there's people out there that make $20,000 a year that have $100,000 of debt, and they're out of debt in, say, 3 years. And there's people out there that make $250,000 a year, and they have $100,000 in debt, and it takes them 10 years, and they just don't know how they're going to get out of debt. Right. It all depends on how bad you want it. It all depends on how much stuff you're willing to sell, and if you're willing to live on rice and beans. There is no little magical number calculator you can put this into. It's more of a, I want this so bad that I'm going to live on nothing to pay off my debt. And people do that.
And I think that that's how he forms his ratio. I'm not sure. That might be a good question for Dave Ramsey to ask him. But really, it's starting with a budget. Like, do your budget and see how much is going out and how much is coming in, and then how much you need to survive on, and the rest goes to your baby steps. So that's how you figure.
It's just trimming the fat is what it is. I mean, there is no...
I have a question about how to proceed after baby step 3, which we are currently in. Once we have our 3 to 6 month emergency fund, do we stop saving as much and put the difference towards a retirement fund, or continue saving the same amount towards our emergency fund and try to find money elsewhere for retirement? Love you guys. We love you too. What he just said, what up? Oh my. Okay, so what you do is you replace what you've been socking away in your 3 to 6 months with your investments for college and for retirement.
So you stop doing your 3 to 6 months because you got your little nest egg there. So then you go to the baby step 4, which is 15% for retirement. And then baby step 5 is your kids' college, and then baby step 6 is to sticking whatever is left, if there is any left, towards your mortgage.
Yeah.
So if you're putting, say, $500 a month towards your 3 to 6 months, you take that $500 a month and apply it to your 15%. Maybe that is your 15% or less, and if there's anything left, you just keep going down the baby steps until it's all done.
And remember to take care of your retirement first. It's important that baby steps get done in order, because do your retirement before your kids' college funds, because they can work their way through college. However, your working days will come to an end at some point. So make sure you're taken care of, then you can help them if they need it. You should check out Chuck and Sky Scroggs. You will love them. Dave Ramsey fans working the steps.
We have.
We will link their channel down below because we do love them. They sent us the most sweetest
video.
They shot a video just for us to see, and it was, we fell in love with them too. So they are wonderful.
He's really funny.
They are, and they are very funny, and they work off of each other, and they're just beautiful people. So their channel will be down below. Go check them out. Tell them DEBTISDUM sent you guys, and give them our love. What if you're upside down in a car, like $4,000 to $5,000? We want to sell our car, but owe more than we could sell it for. Do we wait a couple more months to pay that loan down and then try to sell again? We have a big payment monthly on the car.
Bummer, dude.
You don't wait, because what happens when you wait to sell a car?
Because when you have payments and you have the car, they're both your payments and the deflation on the car are the same. So as you're paying down the car is worth less. So it's kind of like they're kind of going parallel with each other as they're falling. So you're never going to get ahead of it. So what you need to do is you need to go to the bank and take out a $5,000 loan to pay the upside down and sell the car for what you can get out of the car. So if it's $25,000, the car's worth $20,000, you sell it for $20,000, you go to the bank, take out a small loan for $5,000, and that's called stupid tax, tough love day, and then you pay on that $500 or $5,000. It's a much smaller payment, and it frees up the rest of it, and you just learn from there on out that you don't ever buy new cars.
Yes. Okay. You're just really rocking the tough love.
Right.
You're a good model, especially when you're chewing people out.
BAM! Right, I should just wear that every time.
A man's mind, he will wear this every time, I imagine.
We should get one that like it's Christmas season that like flashes in lights. Like, ooh, tough love. No?
For women in that area might not be a good idea.
Well, I wasn't going for that. I was going for the, you know, the whatever. That's awkward.
Keep talking.
That's awkward.
You're just burying yourself.
All right.
No, we've calmed down. We're back. We're ready. He's not as red. Okay, just want to thank you for your videos. I stumbled across your videos looking for budget meals, but I found so much more. I've been living a life with $20,000 just in credit card debt, with all my cards at 20% interest, plus leasing an overpriced SUV. I'm able to make all my payments, so I didn't think I was in trouble. I started watching your debt kicking videos and realized I was fooling myself, living this life of debt, and said, yes, debt is dumb. I've been blessed to have been given a $20,000 interest-free loan to pay off all the debt. I will live life off the cash-only envelope system and plan for upcoming expenses, so no reason to put anything on credit. Please continue the videos as they keep me motivated not to rack up debt and teach me ways to live a nice life within my cash-only budget.
Sounds like you're really getting there. The only thing I see wrong with that little deal there is you need to get rid of that fleet leased car.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like your debt's getting taken care of, but leasing a overpriced sport utility, gone.
Now, getting out of a lease is not the most fun thing. And you made me cry because you are the reason why we do these videos, why we help encourage people to cook on a budget, to
just being able to help everybody. If there's something we can do to help, right?
It makes me very proud of what we do. So please try and get rid of that SUV. I'm sure you know, but you're stuck in a lease like you signed a contract. Those are the worst things to be stuck in, because at the end of that contract you don't own anything. You have to give it back. So I imagine you've learned your lesson. Treat yourself to a Financial Peace University class, and they'll love on you and continue to encourage you. So anyway, thank you for the note and for making me cry. That was really sweet. Your videos are so helpful. I listen to them while I fold laundry in the afternoon. Yay! You know what I've discovered while working on the elliptical machine? The iPad fits perfectly at the top of the elliptical machine, so I can get my, because I don't really do TV anymore. There's no need for TV. And if it's a rainy or windy day, we don't have it. So I sit there and get my groove on to YouTube videos, and I love it. So thank you. I'm glad that we could make folding laundry not as boring for you. Guys, I'm about to download one of Dave's book on Audible. Just not sure which book to start with. Which one would be best to start with, Debt Makeover or Financial Peace? Help. The Total Money Makeover is what you want to start with, from Dave Ramsey. That's the book that started this whole thing. It will give you a great introduction as to Financial Peace University and what to expect, how these baby steps work, so that you're not like, I have to go from here to there and feeling as overwhelmed. It kind of breaks it down into, so it's like Financial Peace for Dummies, the Total Money Makeover is. So start there, and then I would recommend joining a class. What do you think, boyfriend?
Sounds like a plan.
You missed the whole question.
I'm trying to figure out your organization here.
Okay. Hi, Josh and Christine. We are Josh and Christina and are new to your channel. Well, that's reason enough to subscribe.
I know, right? We
are on baby step number 2 and have about $2,000 in a car loan and close to $55,000 in my student loans. My question is, in all of this, is a good time to start thinking about buying a house and saving for a down payment? My other unrelated question is, how do you avoid the bank fees for having an account when you are only using cash, not a debit card? We don't have any bank fees associated with our debit card because it's
we're part of a credit union. Their only requirement is you keep $5 in there a month. That's it. There is no fees for anything.
We're so happy with them. Maybe you might want to.
So they are out there. You just need, maybe you need to get away from, say, Wells Fargo if that's where you're at, and go to a local credit union.
Yeah, it's customer service, and plus it's owned by the members. It's wonderful. Yeah. We could pitch our credit union all day long, but.
Second, it sounds like, it sounds you're on baby step 2.
I would do one thing at a time instead of trying to do everything.
Yep, you need to continue on baby step 2.
That's just stress. And I will tell you that if your goal is to save as much as you can for a down payment on a house, your student loans will not get paid off near as fast.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you're paying your $2,000 in your car and your $55,000 in student loans. So after you pay those, you might only say have $100 left to put towards a house. Okay, or you could pay those other debts off, and then you could have $1,000 a month you could be putting towards a house. Yeah. So house
isn't really that great of an idea
Until you have no debt.
Until you can absolutely put everything you can towards it.
Because it's hard to replace the gas water heater that just blew up on you when you have all these other debts and you don't have any cash to replace it.
And renting is a beautiful thing. It's a simplified way of life.
Short term.
It's short term. If you start a family, I don't know if you guys have, looks like your beautiful wedding picture is on your profile if that's you. It's okay to have babies and rentals. Like, it's not the end of the world. It's okay to start a family. So I would wait on the house if I were you guys. My husband and I budgeted $300 for gifts, Christmas gifts for his 6-year-old and 4-year-old daughters. We have decided to do a non-toy Christmas and spend the money on things they will really appreciate. One of the non-toy Christmas lists we looked at on Pinterest suggested a zoo membership, and Hubs is all for it. My stepdaughters are with us on Sunday through Thursday every week, and the other days with biological mom. That was funny.
Yeah.
The zoo membership is $96 for the year for a family membership. The website says it pays for itself. It pays itself off in 2 visits. Is this a good idea? Is this gift idea worth it considering the kids aren't usually home during the weekends? Hubs works Monday through Friday and the occasional Saturday. Well, you'd have to really see. Those memberships are fantastic, like for grandparents to give to. That's what we request from our grandparents. Memberships that maybe we couldn't afford while we're busy paying for kids and school and life and groceries and gas. Things like this are just such a special treat. If it's worth it to your family, but you got to use them.
So here's the question. Do you go there twice a year now?
Yeah.
Because if you don't go at all now because you can't afford it, then maybe you don't want it. But if you get the membership, you have to be willing to go. You have to go at least 2 or more because 2 pays for itself, like you said.
Right.
So you have to go, say, like 4 times. That way you know, hey, man, I got my money's worth out of this. But if you're only going to go twice anyway, then I would just pay for those 2 times that you do go and not get the membership.
Yeah, really think about the membership before you buy it. Don't just do it. And another thing, you have the girls from Sunday to Thursday. Some Sundays at our zoo, they run specials or different days
They have concerts and stuff on Sundays.
Yeah,
you go in
so
and do.
You could get a discounted price. It may not be the most ideal time to go, but you could go at a discounted price and it'll still be cheaper than a membership. So, any of you guys have ideas on memberships out there? What does your family have a membership to, and how do you justify it? Like, why is it worth it to you? Leave a comment down below. Hi, Josh and Christine. I saw on Facebook some people already got their Tough Luck shirts. Yay! I'm so happy it got printed. Can't wait to get mine. Much love and aloha from Hawaii. That's our dream destination. Not to move.
No.
Just to travel to.
To visit and then come home.
Someday. Oh, just you saying that, just leaving us a note was like, it took me there. On the budget, because I didn't, in my mind. Yeah, okay, I give up. I love watching you guys. I started watching you guys about 3 months ago after my husband and I took FPU. We have $500 a month going on our debt. Snowball. I just found out my mom has stage 4 colon cancer and it's terminal. I'm going to spend the month of December with her. She lives in Connecticut and my husband and I live in North Carolina, for we are a military family. My dad bought my ticket to be able to go to Connecticut. Should I stop the debt snowball for the month of December so I can do something special with my mom?
Absolutely.
My heart.
This is what you call a once-in-a-lifetime emergency.
I would not, don't go into debt. Definitely pause your snowball for this month. Maybe have a very lean Christmas so that you can spend as much time with her as you possibly can. But you don't want to look back and say, man, I wish I hadn't paid that $500 towards our debt instead of being with my mom.
I'd say, yeah, just make your minimums for the month and then take whatever's left and go see your mom.
Yeah, my heart goes out to you, girl. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I shared a couple weeks ago how Murphy had taken up residence in our lives and just wanted to update. We sold a truck tonight and can now afford tires for our main car with a nice sum left over. I went in the house and cried when the deal was done, as I was so grateful for that stress to be lifted. I remember that feeling. Saturday I went to purchase a hair straightener to replace the broken one. Now that there was enough money in the envelope and it was $10 off, plus I had a $5 reward, knocking it down to $25. Friday I sold a bed on Craigslist. Crazy money weekend. God is so good. Thank you for the extra motivation. God bless. Isn't life different when you get it? Like, that switch literally is flipped and then life is never the same.
Yeah.
God will continue to bless you in little moments like this. Like when we couldn't afford anything, when we were like, okay, God, we started tithing. That was a big one. We started tithing tithing our 10%, and when you're trying to get out of debt, that's not exactly the most ideal time to start tithing.
No.
For us, mentally, we had already figured that out. But we did it anyway, and checks would show up in the mail. And it wasn't, you know, some of them were pretty big, but they would just anonymously show up like an extra rebate or something. And I'm like, wow, thanks, Lord, because now we can buy the milk and bread that our family needs. So you just got to trust him, and I'm so proud of you guys. Yes, I'd give you a hug if I could right now. Good job. Hello, I've been following your channel for 6 months, and I'm loving it. Yay, I'm an 18-year-old college student who will graduate in May 2018 without any student loans.
That's what I'm talking about.
I work a small job of 10 hours per week during the school year and work full-time over the summer, making about $4,000 annually. Okay. I already have $10,000 sitting in a savings account and have virtually no expenses as I live on campus and have my room and board covered by grants. You are a smart girl. And you're 18.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm hoping to pay cash for my first car in about 2 years. Would you recommend that I invest the $10,000 that I already have saved up and cash flow my car with the income I make in the next 2 years? Thanks for the advance. I love you, sister.
All I gotta say is you ought to be walking around preaching your story to every person that will sit down and listen to you, because there are 90% of the public out there say that they cannot do what you just said you can do. That is the hardest thing to say.
You can do it. You guys can do it. If there's any other college kids or parents out there, look at this girl. Look at this 18-year-old.
She's 18 going to college. She's got $10,000 saved. So she's been working, obviously, prior to being 18. She got some grants that she probably got from good grades or sitting down and writing them that's paying for her room and board. And she's got a job that only makes $4,000 a year. Think about that. Only $4,000 a year. And she's debt-free, has all the money she needs. That's what we're saying is your kids need to get a job while they're in college.
Yes. And you're going to graduate without any student loans. Like, you get to just start life just to enjoy it, because you're not going to have any stress. Like, your stress is, do I take this job or do I take that job? Yeah!
So anyway, back to you, Nicole.
Okay.
What I would do is, if you
That's
don't...
right, I have to answer your question.
If you don't need the $10,000, if it's just sitting there and you're not going to need it because you're cash flowing everything else, I would put that probably like in a money market or something that can gain some money if you don't need it. Now, if it's there for you to live on, that's a different story.
Or buy books or something for it, then use it. I mean, it needs to, maybe you can leave a little bit, project what you're going to need, I don't know, maybe over the next 6 months to a year, leave that amount in a savings account, and then put the rest in a money market. And then, yeah, cash flow the car. You got it. You're on it, man. I don't think it's going to take a very expensive car for you to be happy. No, you're just happy the way you are. I am just, keep going, girl. Keep going. But seriously, you need to tell your story to everybody to listen to you. I'm so proud of you. I feel like a mommy here. I'm just so proud of you. Good job. The hubby and I have only just recently been sticking to our budget. Thank you for inspiring us to do so. And the next step for us is an emergency fund and then getting out of our credit card debt. We have 3 beautiful babies and have just been blessed with a surprise of another beautiful baby, which we are expecting in 7 months. They're having 4 babies. Nice. That's wonderful. Any ideas on things we can do so we don't go backwards and become more in debt when the new baby comes? We are planning to put money away each week to pay for the birth. Thanks to 3 previously high-risk pregnancies, we already know we will be up for a C-section and a 4-night stay in the hospital. 4-night stay, I like that. Like it could be the Hilton, maybe. Only it's not. And you're in pain, which our private insurance will mostly cover. Okay, that's good. But the closest hospital is 3 hours from our home, and we will also have to pay for the hubby and kids to stay in accommodations. Wow. Food, etc. while I am in the hospital. So we already are stressing about upcoming expenses. We don't want to add to our credit card debt, so any ideas would be welcome. Thanks in advance. Miranda, don't stress. You guys have 7 months. You're planning. This is a good thing. I mean, obviously at this point, I would be living on the very, very minimum and saving everything that you need. Because I think in my mind, I'd rather save and oversave. That way when the baby's born and all the bills are paid, you pay them all and you're like, oh, look at all this extra money we had left over because we saved so much, and then you could apply that to your debt. Yeah. That's what I would do. I would throw it all. I would do your best to not add up, to like cut up your credit cards. Seriously. Just don't use them anymore. And you don't need them. And live on cash. And plan for the baby. Thank goodness most of your health care will be covered. And set aside money.
It sounds like they're already setting it aside.
And you're already setting aside.
For the birth part of it anyway. It sounds like the problem is the hubby and the kids. Because I'm sure they don't let that many people stay in a hospital room. I mean, I don't know, our room we couldn't have 8 people in.
This is your family vacation this year.
Yeah.
It's to the hospital. Okay? Just have a plan. You guys are going to take a deep breath. You're going to be fine. You're going to get through it. Get rid of those credit cards. Have enough cash saved up for the baby. And then just keep hitting your emergency fund. And your debt snowball. I know Dave Ramsey is a businessman, not a charity, but I wish there was a fund for people at rock bottom to access FPU when they can't afford it, or a system whereby people who've been through FPU successfully pledge to put another family through the course too. Dave Ramsey, this is a fantastic idea. Please listen. I'm sure you're thinking, spot the left wing, Brett. I should have had you said that. You do it better.
I don't get it though.
He's British.
Oh, is that
but some of the questions from people who are so desperate really break my heart. I agree. I see that there's a valuable lesson in selling something to fund the course, but for people in really abject poverty, there may be nothing to sell. Wouldn't it be amazing if like-minded people could contribute a little each so some of these families can have a Christmas present of FPU and a brighter future? That's a wonderful idea. I've even thought, I haven't talked to the boyfriend about this yet, so this is a surprise announcement.
Oh, goodness.
All of our future shirts that we sell, I've thought about donating $1 from each sale, which is a large part of our proceeds. And putting it into, I don't know if we want to do it, we don't have a foundation set up, but putting it into an envelope or something for when we get stories all the time, and they are heartbreaking. You guys are going through some really bad times, some tough times, and life is just handing you it's a bunch of garbage.
Murphy's living in next door.
So I would love to take $1 from every shirt, set it aside, and then be able to bless families and pay it forward. And you guys would be helping us do it. What do you think of that idea?
We'll figure something
We're
really
praying about
cool
it. I've been praying about it.
That benefits everybody.
But yeah, it would be neat if Dave Ramsey, like the Toms, the shoes. For every pair of Toms, they bless another person with a free pair of shoes in a poverty-stricken country.
I think just cool. In the short term, I think if you do take FPU and you're financially stable and you got a lot out of it and thought it was a good program, that maybe you should just pay it forward by, if you know somebody, putting them through the class.
That's right.
We've done that. It's great.
You do your part, we'll do our part, and we'll be able to help a lot more people through it.
And then we can all throw another shrimp on the Barbie!
That's Australia. Now he's getting his countries home.
No, I just had to say that, just to say it.
Oh, you miss saying it.
Yeah.
I love you. Hey guys, thanks for your videos and inspiration. My husband and I are on our own debt kicking journey and are looking forward to being out of debt soon. I don't know how the print went bold. I have a little helper trying to type. That's funny. Anyway, my husband's parents are divorcing and my mother-in-law has asked us to help her set up a budget. I'd like to get her into FPU classes because her relationship with money is scary, quite frankly, and she will be left with pretty much nothing and needing to find a new place to live eventually because she can't afford where she is renting. I have not gotten into the details for her finances, so I'm kind of nervous about what I will find. I know that feeling. So my question is, where do you find classes in your area? I can't find it on Dave's site. Also, prayers for my mother-in-law would be appreciated, Molly. Molly, we're praying for you.
Like you can't find it on his website where to look it up, or there's just none in your area?
I don't know, but if you go to DaveRamsey.com and search for a class,
it just on top, I think there's a classes button.
Find a class.
You click on the classes, and then it'll drop down, and it'll say find a class, and you click on that, and the next screen should be able to enter your city or your zip code, and then it'll bring them up.
And if your mother, this is another way you could bless her. If there are no classes, if you guys live in a remote location, maybe you can get the at-home study kit and take it with her. And be her accountability buddy. Now, that's really scary to think about, but think of the blessing that could be.
30 seconds.
Okay. So that's it, you guys. Thank you for your questions this week. We love you, and we are just so grateful that you trust us with your life.
Yeah.
And your tough love.
So we've got a couple pictures from you guys. Stop. So if you got,
I'm just imagining the lights still.
Shut up. So if you guys got a t-shirt, send us a picture. I'd love to see it. We've gotten a couple already, but let's get a whole bunch more. Okay?
That would be fun. We'll put it in a slideshow or something. That would be cool. And daily vlogs, they're back.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.